Clovis. Clovis! Hey, buddy.
Where you're always kissing. You're kissing all the time.
Oh, yes, you handsome little guy. Oh, hello. Hello, Clovis. Clovis, the Swiss Mountain Dog. So for the dog food, we're going with Origin. This stuff, I think, is far and away the best. It's all animal-based. Raw chicken, turkey, wild-caught fish. They also use organs. See, chicken giblets, turkey, hake, and herring. And this is the large puppy mix. Yes. Okay, we're just gonna pause for a second. We're gonna let him digest that a little bit. Clovis, huh? Oh, wait. My sister and her boyfriend have a Swiss Mountain Dog. They're part of the Sennenhund family, the Sennenhunds from Switzerland. Their cousins are the Saint Bernard and the Bernese Mountain Dog. So they're perfect for the Canadian climate because they're from the Swiss Alps. And these guys are literally bred to be farm dogs, right? Okay, there you go. They're bred to be farm dogs. All their temperament, they're wary of strangers, yet they're not, vicious like a Belgian Malinois or something like that. This guy will get up to about 120 or 130 pounds as a male. And they're like moderate energy levels. They're not like, the shepherds or the retrievers or the hunting dogs that are like very high motor drive all the time. They're kind of more relaxed. But, historically, they use these guys to like pull like carts full of wood and stuff. They've got a very, they do like to work. Honestly, he's just been such a well-behaved puppy so far. He doesn't jump. He doesn't bite. He likes, he'll lick my face and he'll bite my beard. But that's about it. Oh, yeah. We gonna go poop? Oh. So there aren't many Swiss Mountain Dog breeders in North America. There's only a few. And the brood stock, I think, originally came over to a breeder from Switzerland to Virginia. That's where my sister and her boyfriend got their dog. But, there's just not a lot of breeders. But I think they're a great homesteading dog. Just fantastic. 130 pounds, but they're not as tall as the Irish Wolfhounds. They're much kind of a denser, more muscular build. He likes to he likes to bite my beard. No, we don't bite beards. We don't bite beards. So got some very disturbing news last night from two of my neighbors, a neighbor that I don't know, who's just up the river, maybe 2 or 3 kilometers from me. Remember when we were hearing last week, in the video last week, episode 37, that wolf pack that was howling? That night, apparently, the fellow was in his sauna and his dog was wandering around outside, and there was this huge commotion. He went outside, couldn't find his dog. There was all this howling and barking. And the guy the next morning kind of found a blood trail, and then he found his dog's collar, a bunch of fur, and part of his dog's rib cage. So the wolf pack got his dog. When we get back to the homestead, I had some other plans this week, but we got to get up dog fencing. Like I just had some temporary, like 4x4 posts with, black metal chain link fencing around the cabin to have kind of a dog run, because it's way too dangerous, man. Clovis, hi. Welcome home, buddy. Welcome home. Yeah. I am James ALOFS.
I left the big city to build an off-grid homestead on 40 acres of Canadian wilderness. This area of Ontario has giant ridgelines, deep valleys, and pure rivers. Black bears, gray wolves, mountain lions, moose, and many forest spirits share the land. I started in November 2023. Starting with a modest 12 by 16 foot guest cabin, my goal is to build such a glorious homestead that I attract a magnificent wife and raise 10 babies. Welcome to Wild Homestead.
Good buddy. Hi. Hey. Watch out. Good boy. Good boy, Clovis. Your first poop. It's your first poop. Oh yeah. Ooh, stinky Clovis. Clovis. Uniter of the Frankish tribes, first king of the Franks, founder of modern-day France, husband of Clotilda, the Burgundian princess. Clovis, my friend, you have much to live up to. Much to live up to, my friend, yes. Come on, you can go. You can make it. Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah. Good, buddy. It's great. I don't have to set my alarm. This is the third night together with Clovis. He just wakes up at 6 a.m. like clockwork, which is no alarm needed, just dog alarm. And I have to separate his food into two different scoops, split it up, because the breeder says sometimes they can eat it too fast and get hiccups or get bloat, something like that. So you got to be careful. I think with these big dogs, they're so ravenous. Oh, look, who went back to sleep? I went back to sleep on my cot. Yeah. Oh. Hi. Oh, good. Check this out. This is a bowl that my sister recommended. It slows down the dog from eating the food so fast. She also has a Swiss Mountain Dog, and it's harder for them to get all the little, kibble bits. That really slows him down. Otherwise, he just hoovers it. That's much better. Is that good? Oh, he's still going. Try this stuff out. Usually I use the Henkel, but I saw this as a new product, so I'm like, might as well try it. This is the last window where we have not kind of sealed up around the flashing tape. So what do you know? There's a spider in there. I thought I might try. I haven't sealed off the plating over here. I thought I might as well try this. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm sorry, guys, but I gotta say, how good is this dog? He's literally on my hip all the time outside, and then I'm inside and he lays down on his mat. So with, concentrating, looking up, I was getting a little bit nervous not having my eye on Clovis until we get our temporary fencing up tomorrow. So I just put him inside the cabin and look what he's doing. He's snoring. He's laying on his bed that I've got in front of the fire. He's just snoring away. The Eco Fan. I just found this thing in our storage shed and let's see if it works. I think the electronics got fried on it because he went through the peak of the Great Tent Fire of May 2024. Oh yeah, baby. Nothing like a fall day with the smoke coming out of the new chimney. So we got a few more ugly spots under here. I'm going to try to... Okay, that worked well. Just that patch. Good, the Eco Fan actually works. That is a miracle, man. I can heavily recommend Eco Fan, that brand. Whoa. You're getting the zoomies. You're getting the posting our zoomies. Whoa. Clovis, are you ready? Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Me and the Clove man, Clovis, we're heading into town. We're doing a rare night trip, but it's just about 7 o'clock. The sun's setting. I think this is a good time to resupply, to be able to finish off the soffit. We're also getting fencing supplies, and then also other supplies to complete, or at least begin, our first outbuilding. Oh, King Clovis, King of the Franks, he had to take a poop. That's why he was dawdling. Sorry, Clovis. Your father here had to sleep in a tent last fall. This is much better, yeah. Good boy, good boy. Now this is a much easier way to wake up, man. I can tell you that. Clovis the crazy man. Let's see how the pup's doing. Good, Clovis. Good boy. Hi. I love this origin stuff, the whole prey diet, biologically appropriate nutrition. You know, it's all about in the wild, dogs' ancestors naturally consumed all the delicious and nutritious parts of their prey, including poultry, fish, organs, and bone. Ingredients and nourishing ratios in all of our diets. You see, modern evolutionary foods, the reason, same logic behind paleo diets or like carnivore or animal-based diets, it's the same thing. So that's why I like this stuff. You know, coyotes, wolves, jackals, wild dogs, hyenas, any canine you think about there. They're not eating, you know, grains. A lot of dog foods have grain fillers. Okay, we got a bit of a problem here. Just the way that the roof is slanted. This last top log, it kind of curved in here at the end. So there's a little bit more rafter that's hanging over. So you see there's a bit of a gap. On the other areas, this end piece here goes right onto the bottom of the rafters. So the idea is the air can flow through all these little perforations in the aluminum soffit, get up here, and then remember we've got the 1.5 inch gaps in between every rafter. So when the insulation sits up there, cold air up over the top of the insulation, and then at the top, we've got that ventage ridge cap. It takes the moisture and the warm air right at the top. Dudes, I just got a text from my neighbor, and apparently there was a wolf pack that nearly got 2 more dogs. This is a neighbor that I don't know. They live a few kilometers down the river. I think maybe 4 or 5 properties down the river. But last night, and this is a house he said that had automatic night lights on. They have 2 dogs. I don't know how big they are, but he said the neighbors are very upset. It was a short, text message, but just kind of warning people. So I think they're traveling up and down the river valley. That's what it sounds like. When we heard those wolves howling last week, it sounded like it was just over there. That's how close it was. So how crazy is that, man? Literally getting the first post on the fencing and get the second premonition, foreboding. Yeah, little Clovis, we got to protect you, man. Okay, so for the gate, this little gate's not bad actually. It's got a kind of a cool locking mechanism. You stick it in there, and then you shift down. It's even got a little lock. So that's pretty good. I mean, it's definitely the weakest point, but it's the only option we have for having a gate. And I'm going to keep these zip ties on here. You can see there's this little clip thing here. I'm going to cut these 2 zip ties and just have those 2 clips so that if we need to get the ATV and the cart in here, can just unclip those 2 things and then just fold that entire thing away so then we can drive in here. But there's the perimeter. So that is about 175 feet worth of this fencing. And each 50-foot roll was $100. But to keep the old King Clovis, safe from the wolf pack that is currently in our river valley. This is absolutely necessary. There is no doubt in my mind. Oh, hello! Oh, hello! Yes, yes. Are you? It's dinner time. Yeah, you are sleepy. You are sleepy. You're eating 4 cups of food per day, little buddy. You're 25 pounds. You still gotta grow 100 pounds there, Clovis. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Good boy. Yeah. Good boy.
Just ate a steak. It was 3/4 of a pound. And usually I eat a pound steak, so feeling a little bit peckish, thought we'd make the classic Wild Homestead vegan chili. Starting with this Pacific Foods organic plant-based chili, and then adding plant-based wild sockeye salmon. Hashtag vegan. I'm just joshing. I love my vegans. I was vegan for 3 months. I was vegetarian for a whole year. So I know what it's all about. I just don't think it's an evolutionarily appropriate diet. After eating it and experiencing it and researching it, I think about 70 to 80% of everything about the vegan diet and the vegan claims are true, but the 20% that's not is pretty critical. But interesting. Nice place to eat chili. Right, Clovis? Hungry boy, hungry boy, hungry boy. Clovis, you're just a little pooping machine over there, buddy. You're just he just pooped. Smoke and carbon monoxide. You know, these wolves are so smart, man. The main thing about this temporary fencing is preventing Clovis from running after the wolves if the wolves show up and are calling him into the forest. And, you know, this really reminds me of all the nomadic steppe archers, you know, like the Mongols. Everybody, I think, knows Genghis Khan and the Mongols. But what many people don't know about, I think, is the Huns and Attila the Hun. If you're going to boil down the fall of the Roman Empire, the Western Roman Empire, to a single element, I think you would have to choose Attila the Hun and his arrival. Basically, what it did is start off the chain reaction that led to the fall of the Roman Empire. This is in the late 300s AD. The Huns, like the Mongols after them, one of the reasons they were so deadly in battle, these false fleas, right? They would attack and then they would feint retreat, and it would draw their enemy out of their formations, you know, and sometimes up to several kilometers from where the original battle lines were. And then in that chaos of their lack of formation, they would go in with their bows, with their swords, and just completely, you know, annihilate their enemies who were in a chaotic position. So this is what the wolves are doing. The wolves are luring the dogs away. I think they know that human structures and human habitation are dangerous, and they're luring them away. It's exactly the playbook that the Huns, you know, were using in the late 300s AD. Clovis is, oh, he knows his name. He's sleeping on my bag full of laundered clothing. Can you guys hear that? It's the wolves howling again. They sound like they're a few kilometers up the river, though. Wild, man. Absolutely wild. So guys, the first foundation we're doing is the woodshed. And to be honest, I think in terms of purely like drying wood rapidly, you definitely want south-facing, a south-facing opening on the shed. I think 2 of the 3 locations I just scouted out would work. I think this would be the best because right near the cliff here, you're probably gonna have the most airflow. But the problem with this location is that I think I don't wanna be looking out like on the shed, and it also blocks the view kind of like into the bush over here in case there are any, cool critters that do come along. So it's not exactly the view that, oh, sorry, buddy, that I really want. So I think we're gonna go, it's literally perfect dimensions, kind of behind the tent, beside the wolf den for the ATV. I think that's south facing, it's high, it gets a lot of sunlight, and I think that's gonna be a good spot. It just fits perfectly between the ATV trail and the entrance to the wolf den in that giant tree there. Clovis. Hey, buddy. Okay, this is like round 10 of shifting around the pegs. We need 24/6 1/4. What are we? That's halfway between, that's like 246 3/8. I'll take it. Whoa! Whoop.
So we got a bit of a problem here, folks. I wanted to use these 6x8s to be the posts that we put the woodshed on. Plan was to take those 6x8s, stick them in these post holes, and then burn the outside of them. So let me show you this really cool tool. It just hooks up to a propane tank, and it's this Japanese kind of wood preservation method, which is pretty cool. And I think especially because almost all those beams have mold problems, this would be a really good way to preserve them. Where is it? Here's the tool. Check this guy out. This is like a paving torch. It just hooks up to a 20 pound propane tank. So that was the plan, to burn it, but it's just not going to work. The biggest handheld augers they have are 8 inches in diameter. Anything bigger than that, and it's a towable one, which I could tow on my ATV, but the problem is that you need a trailer to grab one of those things. So I do not have a trailer yet, and we're a bit out of luck. So the two options are to use, I think a 6x6 post will work in here, and that will be beefy enough, or we can use, like we used on the cabin, those, I want to say they're like 10 inch by 10 inch concrete pier pads. That would probably be the easiest, but I'm kind of want to do like a new skill acquisition. You know what I mean? I've got some concrete, some fence and post concrete out of my truck. So that's what I wanted to use here. To do first, we're going to try drilling before we go to the driveway. We're going to try drilling those two back corners, because there might be too many tree roots there. We might not even be able to drill. Now that's how you drill out a hole. Man, that thing is like riding a wild stallion. Holy cow. If we can make this back corner work too, we might as well go with the 6x6 posts to do this foundation. I'm excited to use concrete, man. I've never mixed concrete in my life, so it seems like a very mysterious and magical thing to me that I definitely need to master. My God. Oh, wow, that is a workout. That's wild. Taking on that 8-inch auger, that's like fighting all three Jonas brothers at once. Once they find out I'm with Sophie Turner raising that one guy's kids in my cabin. Okay. We are in business, ladies and gentlemen. We got our 6 holes. They're 4 feet deep each. They're 4 feet deep because in this area of Ontario, central Ontario, climate zone 4, the ground, to be beneath the freeze level, you got to go down 4 feet. So that's why I've drilled them all to 4 feet. We're going to get 6x6 beams, because that's the other thing with beams, is the diagonal is different than the sides, if you know what I mean. And just a note about the 6x8s, because almost all of the 6x8s we have some kind of black mold in them. The key is the black mold. I just messaged the guy, the chief sawyer from NORWOOD SAWMILLS again,
And I'm like, dude, you know, can I trim these down? They're 6x8s. Can I trim into 6x4s? And he's like, no, man, like I said, he's like, if you have any black stain and beams like that, he's like, do not mill them. He's like, maybe you can cut them, you know, in half kind of situation with a chainsaw. But he's like, wear an N95 mask and just clear out of there for like 5 minutes after you've cut it. Cause he's like, those spores are highly carcinogenic and you do not want to be exposing yourself to them. So good boy. He's sitting. Good boy. Yes, Clovis. Okay, guys, so we're back from town. Returned the auger drill. You know, the reason I got the drill was I wanted to try it out, and the hardware store that I usually go to was sold out. They make this shovel for digging fence posts. That's kind of like a clam thing. You go down with it and you push it together, and the mechanism kind of scoops together. So I'm like, yeah, why not, man? I need one. Let's rent what they have. But now I'm thinking, maybe the handheld tool is better, because no matter what size hole you need, right? If you want to do a 10-inch hole, a 12-inch diameter hole, you can do that with that clamshell shovel. Nice. Okay, Jose, there we go. We got the 6 posts in. for building numero 2 on the Wild Homestead, which is this gigantic woodshed. It's going to be a beast of a woodshed. This should hold 10 face courts worth of wood. But man, that was fun. That was very fun, learning this new skill. The foundation is done on the second building on Wild Homestead, a massive woodshed. It was a short week, only 3.5 days, because we were down south for Thanksgiving with the family, Canadian Thanksgiving, and picking up Clovis, the Swiss mountain dog. It's wild that we had one dog in the valley killed last week by the wolf pack. We heard the wolves howling twice this week, and 2 other dogs nearly were killed. So I think this temporary fencing, even though it was a pain in the butt, is definitely worthwhile. And we moved into the cabin, guys. The first week living and sleeping in the cabin. This is so much easier than sleeping in a tent. I cannot tell you. We also got the soffit, the underside, the aluminum and wood paneling on the underside of the roof done this week. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. A fury of foundation building needs to occur over the next few weeks. And as always, remember these 5 words from our ancestors. 9 syllables. Ooga. Booga.